Toms River was severely impacted by Hurricane Sandy. This story map examines how Sandy's storm surge affected property values, as well as how those values may be affected by future flooding due to sea level rise. Toms River, a township with more than 91,000 residents, has a densely developed oceanfront and bayfront. The town, which straddles Barnegat Bay, has the highest total flood insurance losses for any single municipality in New Jersey. As researchers examine the flood threats to Toms River, they also want to know what kind of property is at risk now and in the future. Hurricane Sandy struck New Jersey in October 2012. Using a combination of tax records, National Flood Insurance Program data, and other mapping methods, researchers are using Sandy to help illustrate the value of property at risk of flooding from future storms and sea level rise. This map shows areas fully in the path of Sandy's storm surge in red, those partially in the path in yellow, and those out of the surge in gray. As of March 2014, National Flood Insurance Program payouts for buildings in Toms River that suffered damage during Sandy have totaled nearly $500 million. Purple, red, orange, and yellow areas on this map indicate census blocks where insurance payouts totaled from $500,000 to $11.5 million. Blue and green shades indicate census blocks where payouts totaled less than $500,000. The value of the insured losses from Sandy is about 32% of the total value of the residential buildings affected by the surge. Toms River was in the process of a town-wide property reassessment when Hurricane Sandy struck. Partly as a result of the damages from the storm, the reassessment resulted in a 47% reduction to the assessed value of residential buildings affected by the surge. This is compared to a reduction of about 7% in the parts of the town unaffected by Sandy's floodwaters. This map shows the distribution of these losses by individual buildings. Red, yellow, and orange indicate structures that had reductions in their assessed values of between $150,000 and $1.3 million. Planning for the future involves taking sea level rise into account in decisions at all levels. Rutgers University scientists estimate that the sea level in New Jersey could rise between 1.1 feet and 2.3 feet by 2050, and between 2.5 feet and 5.9 feet by 2100. These ranges, along with estimates developed by others, reflect what's unknown about how various factors affecting climate change may impact sea level rise. However, these estimates all indicate a significant rise in sea level during the 21st century. With 1 foot of sea level rise, shown in light blue, about 10% of Toms River's residential parcels are exposed to flooding. These parcels were valued, as of 2013, at almost $1.2 billion, which is about 14% of the town's residential tax base. But with 3 feet of sea level rise, shown in dark blue, about 21% of Toms River's existing residential parcels are exposed to flooding. These parcels, as of 2013, have an assessed value of $1.9 billion. This is nearly 22% of the town's total residential tax base, and about 33% of the value of residential properties that were affected by Sandy, shown on the map in red and yellow. Unlike a single storm, however, the effects and losses of sea level rise in these areas could be persistent or permanent. This study looked at how property values were affected by Sandy in order to demonstrate the link between flood risk and the monetary losses that can come from a single storm, as well as from future sea level rise. By examining the value of the resources that may be damaged or lost during flooding, state and local leaders, as well as residents, can make more informed decisions about how best to prepare for the effects of sea level rise and future floods. NJADAPT and these story maps were developed through partnerships within Rutgers University. Funding support for this effort has been provided by the New Jersey Recovery Fund and the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Data support has been provided by the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection and the Federal Emergency Management Agency.